Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechah Kwadash, to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to give double honor, Shalom and salutation out there to everyone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. You're here with a lesson I'm going to call Trump Protects Netanyahu on American Soil. We're going to get into this article by the Combat Rated, written by Rob Glenn 22 hours ago. Trump declares Netanyahu off limits to arrest on U.S. soil. Vows Netanyahu will not be arrested in any way, shape, or form, while blasting Iran for decades of American death. All right, President Donald Trump moved on Monday to shut down any possibility that New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani could act on his stated openness to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, declaring in a Truth Social post that Israeli leader will not be arrested in any way, shape, or form while on American soil. The president's statement, posted just before noon on July 20th, 2026, framed Netanyahu as a wartime ally standing against the Islamic Republic of Iran and cast blame for regional instability squarely on Tehran's leadership rather than on Israel. The post. Slakia for the noise in the back. Trump's message came directly from his Truth Social account and left his ambiguity about where his administration stands. He described Netanyahu as a leader fighting against the Islamic Republic of Iran, which he said has killed 52,000 innocent protesters and has spent 47 years targeting American service members and civilians. The president argued that the accountability belonged not with Israel Prime Minister, but with the officials who, in his telling, steered Iran into what he called an unprecedented spiral of death and destruction. He added the crisis was once previous administration should have confronted long before it reached its current point. And man, that's all we needed to get. As we see, Trump is big upping Benjamin Netanyahu, his boss, making sure he look good for the papers, like he's not the wartime criminal and that he hasn't done all type of wicked shit over there in Israel. So before we get into the scriptures, I went and looked up what was Benjamin Netanyahu war crimes. And this is the AI overview. Benjamin Netanyahu is subject of an arrest warrant issued by International Criminal Court, ICC, for alleged war crimes and crime against humanity, specifically starvation as a method of warfare, intentional direct attack against civilians, and murder and persecution. So I don't understand how Trump can sit here and say Iran killed 52,000 people when the Israeli probably actually did more. Matter of fact, let's look that up before I go. Salaki. How many people have the Israeli killed since October 7th? Israeli military operation and attack on Gaza have killed at least 73,280 Palestinians since October 2023. So he bring up what Iran did, the 52,000, and yet here is the Israeli done the same thing to a bunch of innocent people and killed way more, close to doubling what he says Iran has done. But that just shows you Everything Netanyahu did, Trump don't see. He trying to make this man to be some kind of wartime hero when he's a wartime villain. That's why we're going to start here. Isaiah 5:20. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Yeah, the Lord is saying destruction to those who trying to make someone or something that's evil into something that's good. And they're taking something that's good and turning it into evil, man. And that destruction is going to come upon Donald Trump and America, just like it's going to come upon Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israelis. Because you can't do all this kind of stuff in the world and think Yahweh B'Shem outside is going to allow you to sit around and just continue to do this wickedness without you getting judged, man. So for Trump to sit here and act like Netanyahu ain't do nothing wrong when he's internationally wanted for his war crimes against humanity, as it said, the starvation, the persecution, the military against civilians. Man, who's more wicked than Benjamin Netanyahu at this moment? They always talk about Hitler, but look at the shit he doing. Which we know that was kind of like an inside thing. All right, going here next. John 7:24. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. And we know that's not what's going on in this situation. Because if Trump, who swear he followed the Bible, who swear America just this great country that love the Bible and they stick to the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, who they ignorantly call God and Jesus, if they were doing that, then guess what? He wouldn't have no problem with the New York governor, New York mayor, Slaki, wanting to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu when he first sits down. That's a matter of fact what Trump should be doing if he was judging righteously. But we know he's not judging righteously. Why? Because he's one of the wicked. So he's not going to judge his boss harshly. He's going to protect him like he's doing. That's why he said no harm will come to him, no way, shape, or form. No one is going to rent Netanyahu because Trump is not going to allow it. But this goes back to where the scripture just come from. Those who put evil for good. And that's what Trump doing. Trump protecting this man like he done something great. Like he just misunderstood and the world just against him for no reason. But neglecting all the war crimes, all the evils that he done. Why? Because he judging by the appearance of the man, not judging with righteous judgment, which ultimately gonna bite him in the ass later on in life, man. All right. I'm gonna go here. Psalms 12 and 8. The wicked walking on every side while the vilest men are exalted. Yeah. We're watching them walk proudly, man. While exalting, while picking up, while making it seem like he was this great person or this vile man. Actually, the vilest of men. And he's definitely one of them, man. You can't do what he did over there in the Gaza Strip and want to pick this man up, want to exalt him. Matter of fact, let's go into that word exalt. Because Trump tried to act like this Benjamin Netanyahu was just this peacekeeper who was just doing his job and everyone don't understand the things that he had to do. Nah, man. We all seen what went on in Gaza, especially on Twitter, not Twitter, but TikTok. We saw what how the so-called Israelis move, man. We knew who gave them the power to move like that. Let's see. And here Trump is trying to exalt him, put him on a high place, make him seem like he this super righteous man that should be heroed and be famed for what he did over there in Gaza, man. All right. Exalted, strong, H7311. Rum. Rum. To rise up, to be high, to be lofty, to be exalted. To be high, to be set on high. To rise up, to be uplifted, to be exalted. Yeah, man. Trump want to uplift this man that did all type of vile things. And that's the only thing, that's only the stuff we know. We don't know what else they were doing to them people over there, man. They could have been raping them women and children. You know how Esau Edom get down. To rise, to rear up children, to cause to grow up, to lift up, to rise, to be exalted. We're going to go into the strong definition. Rum, a primitive root, to be highly, actively, to rise up or to rise, in various implications, literally or figurative, to bring up, to exalt self, extra, to give, go up heartily, heavily, heave up, be lifted up on, make on, set up on, to higher one, hold up, lift up, loud, to mount up, presumptuously, to be promotion, to brow, to set up, taller, to take away. And that's all they're doing, man. Trump just want to exalt this man in his wickedness. Not that he done anything great, but just exalt him in his wickedness. As it said, when the vilest men are exalted. Before we go, let's just get this in another translation. I seen one earlier. Where we at? In the easy. But if people praise evil things, then wicked people will boast more and more. And that's what's going on, man. They're being praised for this wicked. Trump is praising this man for his wicked act. So you know you're gonna boast more and more about Trump and how generous he is and how such a great president he is. Shit like that, man. But guess what? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua one who have the last say so. Just because Trump won't persecute him doesn't mean Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will. And he's gonna give him the proper righteous judgment that he needs for all the wickedness that he did, not only to the Gazans, but heck, to whoever. Now remember, they done a whole lot of evil stuff over there in the Middle East. That's why the Lord is going to reward them with the doings of their own hand, which we're going to end out here in Isaiah 3:11. Woe unto the wicked. So destruction unto the wicked. That means Trump. That means America. That means Benjamin Netanyahu. That means the Israeli. It shall be ill with him. Yeah, it's going to be an ill thing when the Lord pass judgment upon him. For the reward of his hand shall be given him. And it's going to be through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that reward be given unto both of them, which will be total annihilation, then to be brought back in the kingdom, to serve 1,000 years of captivity, then to ultimately be destroyed once and for all. But that's all I had on that. I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Shabbat Shalom.